guys, welcome to today's Big Brother Over the Top updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Austin. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks so much for your support, and if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below, and happy election day. Okay, so yesterday they had the Power of Veto competition, and everyone was competing except for Justin and Chrissy. So for this comp, bye-bye! They had to transfer these balls across a balance beam, but it was like a double balance comp because they had to carry the balls in this tube. If you drop the ball, you got to go back and start over. It's this whole thing. If you guys want to hear more in depth about the POV competition, make sure you check out yesterday's spoiler where I really broke it down. So basically, Jason won, and he started celebrating and said, "Eat a dick!" And the LNJ was all celebrating with him, especially Danielle. So then after they went back in the house, Jason and Danielle were in the storage room, and he tells her, "I'm taking you down, and Morgan's going up in your place. Twerk team." Okay, so then the Ball Smashers retreated to the HOH room for their pity party. Shelby was especially upset. She was crying because she felt like she could have won that competition. There was one point where she had filled up her second tube and she was about to lock it in, but she jumped off the beam and ran back because she thought it was already locked in. She didn't realize you have to run back to the other side first. So she totally lost that tube. She was really upset about it. So she was like, "I should have won that, and I could have won it, and I'm pissed." Well, Alex was also pissed, more about Danielle celebrating when Jason won, because she was all like, "Come on, baby, you got this, come on." She did the same exact thing during that freaking golf POV that Shane won. Oh my god. Okay, so Alex is saying, "If I go home, please do not let Danielle win." She kept on going on and on about how Danielle's like unsportsmanlike and all that stuff. They're all unsportsmanlike. Come on. They're all always celebrating obnoxiously when their side wins. So Alex is saying, like, maybe we should try to make a deal with Jason, offer him 2 weeks of safety if he gets rid of Danielle this week. And Morgan's like, "Didn't you just see them celebrating together? Like, it's not gonna happen. Those two are with each other." So then Alex and Morgan are chatting out on the Sky Bridge, and they're realizing, wow, Jason was lying to us all week. Like, he wasn't targeting Danielle at all. Duh. So Alex is saying, "All right, but we can't give up. We're going to have to try and make some deals, see what we can come up with." And you know what? I respect that, because I hate when people just, like, lay over and die. It's just sad. So then Shelby joins them, and this was crazy. This was, like, the catalyst for a whole shitstorm of insanity last night. So they overhear Whitney talking in the kitchen, and she's like, "Justin, we should have a celebratory dinner tonight." And they start freaking the F out. They're like, "Oh my god, did you hear that? Did you hear that?" Because they're saying, like, what does Whitney have to celebrate? Her, like, somebody from her supposed alliance is going to be going home. Why is she so happy? She's still on the block. Like, what's going on here? So then Morgan goes downstairs and she's just like, "So what are y'all celebrating tonight?" And Whitney says, "We are celebrating because Justin is no longer on slop and able to fix fried chicken." Is that the best you got? He's been off slop for like a few days now. That is freaking lame. So then Morgan goes back upstairs. The girls are so pissed. Alex is just like, "We got stabbed in the back." And they're done with Whitney. You know, originally they were planning on trying to make deals to keep all of them safe this week, which would have been pretty much impossible. But now they're like, you know what? We're going to try and make some deals to get rid of Whitney this week. So they're thinking they have a better chance of doing that. They are motivated now that they heard this celebratory dinner comment. Okay, so then Alex, Morgan, and Shelby get to work. They're in the HOH room with Jason, and Shelby's like, "Would you be opposed to using the veto in an unexpected way?" Like, on Alex. And before Jason can be like, "I'm not doing that," they start, you know, telling him what's up, or what they think is up. So they tell Jason, "Oh yeah, Whitney made this celebratory dinner comment. We overheard it. So, like, we've had our suspicions that she's not really on our side. Now we know that. We know that she's flipped." And Jason's like, "I can neither confirm nor deny." But he says she is very close to Justin. That's obvious. So then they offer Jason 2 weeks of safety. They're like, we'll take you to the final 5 with us, and if Morgan gets a care package, she will use it to help you out. And then they're like, okay, you don't have to use the POV on Alex. You could still use it on Danielle, put up a pawn in her place, and then we'll take out Whitney. And, you know, Jason's going to be the tiebreaker vote this week because he did better than Shelby in the POV competition. So Jason's like, I'm going to have to think about it. He does reveal he's a little bit nervous that the 3 of them are so tight. So he's like, what, it's going to be the 3 of you and me? That's not good for him. So he's like, I'm going to have to think about it. So Jason goes and tells Danielle about the Ball Smashers proposal, and he's like, I don't know, should we split up Justin and Whitney? Like, they're going to be really dangerous together. And he brings up a good point. Whitney is closer to Justin and Chrissy than she is to himself and Danielle, and that makes him nervous. But you know what? They decide no. We're going to stick to the original plan and take out Alex. It's like America has handed her to them on a silver platter, which is the same thing we've been hearing week after week with like Scott and Danielle, blah, blah, blah. Every time somebody gets nominated by America, they're like, we gotta do what America wants. So then they go ahead and let Whitney know, yeah, so your girls, they're coming after you now. They're done with you. So Whitney's like, yeah, I messed up with that celebratory dinner comment. I definitely dropped the ball there. No pun intended. But still, she's saying, like, they were trying to get rid of me before, so I shouldn't even feel bad about it. So she pledges her allegiance, Election Day, to Jason and his crew, and she says if she wins HOH during the double eviction, she's going to put up Shelby and Morgan, and they can get rid of one of them. She is done with that side. So then the girls are trying to make a deal with Danielle because Jason was a lot more receptive to the idea of still using the veto on Danielle and then voting out Whitney. I mean, he was pretending to be receptive to it. You know how he really feels. So they're like, all right, we're going to have to make a deal with Danielle here and get her to vote out Whitney. So the conversation starts off with just Shelby and Danielle. Shelby's making the case for Whitney to go. She's like, yeah, Whitney's still eligible for a care package. Get rid of her. It gives you a better chance to get one. She brings up that she is closer with Justin and Chrissy, not Danielle and Jason. And she says nobody's really gunning for her right now. And she's like America's sweetheart. So, like, somebody's going to have to take her out at some point because if she makes it to the final 3, there's a good chance that she's going to win. So Shelby is telling Danielle, if you do this for us, we will not target you in the double eviction. We'll look out for you. And Danielle's like, well, I'm just going to do whatever Jason wants me to do because he's using the POV on me and I want to be able to return the favor and carry out what he wants to do. So then Morgan and Alex join and they're just like, we just wanted to like pop in. Sure. So they just basically let Danielle know they're on board for this plan. They want her to hear it from their mouths. So again, Danielle's like, I'm open to it. I'm going to have to talk to Jason about it. Oh my god. Okay, so then Jason and Danielle are talking things over, and they've come up with a new plan. They still want Alex out, but they're going to mess with the Ball Smashers. So their new plan is to tell them that Jason is going to use the POV on Danielle, which he is anyway. But then they're going to lie and say that Jason is going to put up Justin, and then they're going to vote out Justin. Oh my god. So they basically just want to give these girls hope and then crush them at the veto ceremony. Oh, it's messed up. Even they're like, ooh, is this too mean? I think it's pretty mean and unnecessary, and it's really, why are you going to piss people off that are still going to be in the house? You're just going to make them want to come after you even more. And I get that they're saying, like, oh yeah, the other side used to lie to us and lie about who they were voting for. But that had actual, like, strategic merit because they were trying to, like, throw off the votes there. This doesn't really have any effect on the game in a positive way for them. They're just trying to, like, mess with them. That's kind of mean, right? Leave it in the comments what you guys think. But anyway, Justin and Whitney chat. Let's step away from that for a minute. Justin and Whitney chat, and he tells her, I'm really going to need you to try for this next HOH. I can't protect you forever. He's saying that his alliance, they're worried that Whitney's going to be more loyal to him and Chrissy than the rest of them. And Whitney's like, yeah, that's true. I know. And Justin's like, yeah, I know too. But, like, we got to solve this problem because they're going to come after you at some point. So Whitney is like, my plan, again, if she wins the double eviction, is to nominate Morgan and Shelby. She's going to prove that she's loyal to them. And if the POV is used, she'll put up Danielle as the replacement. And Justin's like, I already know. He's good with that. He doesn't really like Danielle. He is still holding on to Danielle picking Shane over him. Oh, geez. All right. So then they agree that they're going to keep each other safe, blah, 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 blah. Moving on. Jason, Danielle, Shelby, Alex, and Morgan gathered in the HOH room last night. And Jason and Danielle are like, all right, we're on board with this plan to take out Justin this week. However, we're going to need you guys to agree to an alliance of 5 with us. Oh, they just keep making it worse and worse. So the girls agree to it. They're like, yes, this is amazing. And like, we didn't even have to go to you. You came to us. That's awesome. So then they all agree that they're going to target Whitney in the double eviction because they're like, yeah, you guys are taking out one of your people this week, so we're going to return the favor, take out one of our own next week. And Jason and Danielle are really playing it up. They're like, oh my God, I'm so worried how like Justin and Chrissy are going to react tomorrow. Like, what are they going to say? And the girls are like, oh my God, like, we'll be there for you, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's so sad. The Ball Smashers are buying all of this. Oh. So then after the meeting's over, the Ball Smashers are celebrating. They're dancing around. They're like, wow, just a few hours ago, like one of us was definitely going home. Now we're getting rid of somebody from the other side. We've got an alliance for the final 5. Meanwhile, you've got the Late Night Jamboree who's freaking laughing their butts off. They tell Justin, Chrissy, and Whitney about this fake deal, and they're just like, I can't believe they're buying this shit. I mean, really. So then today, the Ball Smashers were practically giddy, fully expecting Jason to go through with the plan. They're like, I can't wait to see Justin's face during the POV ceremony. Well, it was finally time for the POV ceremony at 1 p.m., and it was actually held up a little bit because Justin was late, and he just, like, strolls in there, like, okay, we can start now. So, as expected, Jason uses the POV on Danielle, and you can see all the Ball Smashers, like, waiting for the next part. So then he makes a little speech, and he's like, I listened to everyone's pleas. I was open to whatever. But there are 2 things that I cannot forget. Number 1, the roaring cheers that I heard from the storage room on Wednesday, like when Shelby won HOH. And number 2, the unreliable loyalty that all of you girls showed for Monty, Scott, and Whitney. So he's saying, like, they turned their backs on them. So then he nominates Morgan. They were not expecting that. So Morgan gets up there, and I gotta say, this is like the 2nd or 3rd time in the past 2 days that Morgan's just like, I'm not keeping my mouth shut. I gotta say something. I got something to say. So Morgan is like, I just want to put it out there that, Jason, you approached us with a Final 5 deal last night. What's up? And everybody's just like, so? They all know about it. So it was just quiet. And then everybody files out except for Alex, Shelby, and Morgan. Whitney's kind of lingering over there. So Morgan's like, Whitney, what were you so excited about yesterday? Like, what was that celebratory dinner comment all about? And Whitney's like, well, we were just celebrating that Justin wasn't going to be backdoored. And they were like, that's BS because we weren't even talking about it at that point. And, yeah. Then there was this whole thing. Morgan confronted Jason outside, and the girls followed her out there. But we're going to talk about that more in depth tomorrow. It was a real fest. So, yeah, tomorrow night is the eviction, double eviction. So in the first one, it's going to be either Alex, Morgan, or Whitney going. Unless something crazy happens, it's Alex. And then who knows what's going to happen in the double. It should be very interesting. So let me know who you guys are rooting for in the double. And until tomorrow, much love.